The video shouldn't be too long, but you never know. Y'all know that I promote business. I promote entrepreneurship, self-employment, whatever you want to call it. I also don't speak against jobs because running a business isn't for everybody. It is for everybody, but it isn't for everybody. There always has to be workers unless you have a economy, a system that's pretty much fully autonomous. And the only way that a fully autonomous, which is what's coming, system could really work is if the people that have the regular jobs, they received what they call a UBI, Universal Basic Income, which will be implemented under NESARA, GUSARA, the Great Reset, the Global Reset, the New World Order, when they're going to implement a lot of these things. Or you have a society where everybody's rich, everybody's well off. I mentioned this before, and I told you this from the spirit, that majority of jobs, if things were really the way they're supposed to be, majority of jobs would not exist because you wouldn't be needed to do those jobs. Certain people only seem to be relevant because of the jobs that they have. But in a different type of society that's truly thriving, many of these jobs would not exist, which means that these people with these prestigious degrees and jobs or whatever, careers, there would be no need for them. They have it now where machines can do surgery better than mankind. So when they get to the point of having the machines being able to go in and do extremely precise surgeries, then do you need surgeons like that? No, you need more people. You need more people that can operate the machinery and oversee the machinery. You see where I'm going? That would mean a neurosurgeon isn't really something to brag about when you have the machine, the computer, that's programmed to do neurosurgery better than any man at this current time could do. Same thing with doctors, these different positions. But there will always be a need for business because somebody has to make machines, which is business. You take that money, you reinvest it into other endeavors, other things. Y'all know how it goes. I promote business because I'm biased toward business. You promote whatever you promote because you're biased toward that. And being biased towards something isn't bad. It's just when you are not, when your bias is not in righteousness. When it's not in the righteousness. Right now, people are complaining about minimum wage and these different things. Right now, they are complaining that the minimum wage is going up. They're paying more money, but everything else is going up, so they're not really getting more money. Well, when you work a job and you don't have a plan, then this is what you deal with. You can't sit here and complain all day, every day, when you put your power in the hands of these people. These people can pay you what they want to pay you. They can pay you what they want to pay you because it's their company, it's their business. They're in business to make money. What's the bottom line? How much is it costing us? How much can we afford to do this or do that or whatnot? We can't afford. We have to cut here, or we can give them some more money, but then we'll just make it on the back end when we raise the price of product because we have to do it. They in it for the benefit of the company. They work for the company. Unless they own it, the board members and everything, they work for the company. Their job is to make the company thrive, the company look good. Because ultimately they're trying to get in a better position themselves, rather than in a company, becoming a board member, or being where they have a certain, a certain percentage of stocks they receive, becoming a partner in the company, or somewhere else, or they start their own company. But they have a plan. So yes, they're working for somebody else, but a lot of these people that are in these positions with these companies, they have a plan. Y'all niggas ain't got no plan. And then you are crying about the money they're paying you. Now maybe you will see what we've been telling you. These folks don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you. And you sit here and you brag and boast like it's something to brag and boast about. Well, you're in America and you're afforded to do the different things you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have that right because I was born here. Doesn't mean that I love being here. I deal with the situation. But you guarantee I got a plan. I'm here for the time being, and then I'm going on somewhere else. America could fall today, and then, we got to get up out of here. And then I'm going to go, my family, we're going to go wherever we go. But wherever we go, we're going to thrive. Because who we are as a people, our faith, our power, our love, all these different things, they aren't dictated on the things that we have. Or being here in America. We could be in America, Africa, wherever. We're going to be true to who we are. And I'm going to take my ideas and my business. If it's Africa, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to do it. If it's Antarctica, I would be in Antarctica and I'd be like, man, it's cold, boy. But look, I'm going to stay in this house. I'm staying in this house. And then, I would get used to the environment. But I don't want to be in no Antarctica. I need to be with the sun. I know the sun be out, but I need that vitamin D3. I don't play them games. When you know. I need to be where that sun is at. Get the skin right. So my body can do what it's supposed to do. But it's interesting that they tell us to stay in the house. You get sick, stay in the house, when really you should be getting outside. I ain't saying you shouldn't be resting, but you shouldn't be cooped up, because most of your toxins, your bacteria and stuff like that, it thrives in these environments in your home, because it's an enclosed area. You got children, you bringing stuff in and out, ain't no way around it. Unless you just got some type of advanced system where you got these high dollar filters, there's high dollar, HVAC system in your house, which most of us don't. Then yeah, your house is not as clean as you think it is. We like to think it is, but it's not really as clean as we think it is. That's why you have to have faith. You have to have faith. So, and then also wisdom. God is going to honor what you know, what you can do. If you live in a certain environment, you can only stay clean so much. You still can stay clean. You ain't got to be dirty. You could live in the third world conditions. Don't mean you got to walk around looking dirty and living dirty. Just like if you homeless. If you homeless, you ain't got to walk around looking like you homeless. Have some dignity about yourself regardless. You know what I'm saying? And y'all also gotta have some dignity in regards to life in general in these jobs, man. Y'all ain't got no plan. If you're gonna work these jobs, have a plan. Y'all sitting there crying about what these people paying and what they're doing. Well, y'all say that y'all kings and queens. I can't tell. You see what the hat says, right? Beard royalty is deeper than a gang. Not a gang, I'm royalty. And the beard is an ancient symbol of royalty. Even going back to the pharaohs. The pharaohs used to wear the beard. Everybody else, they had the bare face. But when they got it from those people and everything they spoke, they had a little faux beard. Y'all seen it. They used to braid it up and used to come down like that. Some of them wasn't even real beards. But it's what it symbolized. That's history right there. So me rocking my beard goes deeper than, hey, I want to rock my beard because of who I am as a Hebrew. No, it's deeper than that. Like I said, it's deeper than a gang. I'm not a gang. I'm royalty. We royalty over here. So, I got my own brand. I'm gonna continue to build my brand. You see, I got the hoodie on. Show love to the beard. That's power right there. So when I talk about business, when I talk about real estate, when I talk about resources and these different things, I'm talking about adding power to the power that you already have. The power that you already have should be the power in Christ. If you don't rock with Christ, then that's you. That's you. You can still listen to the video and get something out of it. If you want to rock with whatever you rock with, then hey, you rock with whatever you rock with. But when it comes to putting them head to head, then I don't want to hear no nonsense. I don't want to hear no bull job. Because if you're saying you're God and the universe or whatever is supreme to who we say we serve, then it's a matter, okay, let's step on the court, let's handle it. It's simple as that. There's no reason to argue about it. No reason to argue about it. Don't sit here and say that you're the best. You're the best. Your God is the best. And then we're saying the same thing, and then we challenge you. Then you can't say that. That's foolish. I don't know. I don't get down like that. Maybe just my competitive nature. Ask my daddy. Ask my mama. Ask the people that grew up with me. It's just the way it is. If you say you're the best, we go into the court. We're going to play. We're going to see who the best. We may even play best of 7. Because just because you win one game don't mean you're the best. Just because you win a battle in a war don't mean you won the war. So that's why I've been promoting business for so long. The power is in your hands. Even before I had the businesses that I had, I'm still going to speak my mind. But having a business, it does help. That's another notch on the belt in regards to power. You can say my power level is up. Power up. Having a business is a power up level. Because I'm trying to figure out who's going to fire me. Like I said, even if I didn't have my business, I would still be talking the way that I talk. But who's going to fire me? You going to shut the business down? You going to boycott? Okay, everything blows over. Y'all done boycotted all these businesses out here today. And guess what? They still making money. And they made more money now than they made in the previous years. Some of them have made more money in the last 2 or 3 years than they made since their entire existence. And y'all think y'all doing something because you're boycotting them when they have found a way to make money off the boycotting. Y'all don't understand. And that's why you end up being destroyed for lack of knowledge. You can't fire me. They can fire you. It's not the issue that they can fire you. You ain't got no plan. They fire you and you're like, what I'm going to do? Oh, a man or a woman with a plan, they get fired. Okay, cool. I was going to leave anyway. I'm still going to do what I do. Because we all have to be under somebody at some point in time. Even the Bible speaks about us being under the schoolmaster. And then once Christ came, we were no longer under the schoolmaster. So in this case, jobs would be the schoolmaster. And then when you graduate, you come into the business world. CEO. President. Those are my titles. Not only king, but president. President of Royal Lineage Development, Inc. That's my nonprofit. And people get it twisted and they say, nonprofit? What you don't understand, nonprofit doesn't mean that you can't make profits. It means that nobody, the board members, see, I got board members. we got board members. We got bylaws. We got all that. What it means is that none of us control the company. Well, I should say, none of us own the company. I don't own RLD Inc. The other board members don't own RLD Inc. When my children become board members, they will not own RLD Inc. So my children can't come in and say we're going to liquidate all the assets and destroy something that I built. In nonprofits, they end up having more power than for-profits. Go look at the Hershey Company. All that money that Hershey Company makes, a lot of the stake in Hershey Company is in the nonprofit. We need to talk about Bill Gates. Bill Gates was going through something, and you know how he cleaned up his image? He started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And then a lot of that money that he made, he put it in there. And Bill Gates said he made more money on vaccines. Oh, snap. Did I say that? They probably going to flag the video, but whatever. He made more money with his foundation and the Chango than he did with Microsoft. You know why? Because his foundation is nonprofit. And nonprofit, you get to write stuff off. And you get money back. The government gives you money back, depending on how you have it structured. So most of your expenses is written off. But you can still make profit. So in my nonprofit, I could have set up a for-profit business, but I did that before. And I was like, so you telling me that I can kind of like do the same thing? And it's like, okay, this makes more sense. It's just wisdom. Wisdom. I did both of them. I had the for-profit business before I had the nonprofit business. And then when I did away with my for-profit business, and I was deciding which new one I'm going to start, because that's the power right there. If you shut this down, then I go start another one. Or another one. Maybe I got other ones that you don't know about. That I'm the president of. So if you shut one down, then okay, I'm still the president of this one. And guess what you can do? If I want to, I can set up other nonprofits, and then those resources and assets in RLD Inc., if I want to, I can transfer all those resources to another nonprofit. That nonprofit that I set up or that somebody else has, it may be my children's nonprofit. You see, I don't own RLD Inc. I'm just a controlling member. I control it because I'm the president, but I don't own it. None of us own it. So therefore, I don't own the assets in it. It just made more sense for me because it's like, we don't really own anything anyway. If you don't pay your taxes, you'll lose it. But with a nonprofit, they'll make sure that the nonprofit is taken care of if I'm gone, especially if it's gotten big, or they'll make sure. So everything that we stand for, it will keep on going, especially if you have the right board members. So you're telling me that I can accumulate the same amount of assets and you can grow your wealth exponentially. Well, in this case, grow the wealth or the resources of the nonprofit because you don't have to pay the same taxes. And then you say, well, the 501c3, you know what I'm saying? Tax exempt, you're getting in bed with the government. Well, you got a driver license, you in bed with the government. And then my nonprofit, people think that 501c3 specifically deals with churches, religious organizations. That's not true. That's ignorance. That's misinformation. That's misinformation. The you can be a nonprofit, and your goal can be to provide affordable housing, which is that's our mission statement, to provide affordable housing, and that's exactly what we do. The house we have is an affordable house. It's going to be sold for about between 80 and 100,000. Now it could be sold for 70,000, but I ain't trying to sell it for 70,000 because I know what the market is looking like. I don't have to sell it for 70,000. I can sit and wait. So this is patience too, because I'm like, look, I want my check. RLD, we want our check so we can reinvest it. So I'm the controlling member of RLD Inc., but I don't own it. So RLD Inc. owns, well, right now, RLD Inc. doesn't own that property because that property is still in our name. But if I want to transfer it over, then I could do that. But we're not going to transfer it over right now. We're going to leave it the way it is because it's still going to be the same thing. Because my wife is a board member on this. So once she gets the check, because her name is on the property, once she gets the check and everything, we get the check, then she's going to transfer the check over to RLD Inc. as a donation to RLD Inc. So guess what? She won't have to pay the taxes. She can use it as a write-off on her taxes. So she won't end up owing no taxes on $80,000. And then when I go do the taxes on RLD Inc. and they see, oh, you brought in, you know what I'm saying, $80,000 plus. My online business, the EIN number that's attached to that is the EIN number for RLD Inc. So all that money that I made throughout the year with it was me, but I transferred it over. It's going to look like RLD Inc. made all that money. You may say, well, what part do you play besides the president? Well, I volunteer 100% of my time to the RLD Inc. nonprofit corporation. So if I volunteer my time 100%, I don't take a salary. Same thing Elon Musk does. Elon Musk does not take a salary. I think it's somebody else. A lot of them, they don't take a salary. I think Elon Musk is like $1. They don't take a salary because they control the company. The company owns everything. That's why Elon Musk was like, you remember when Elon Musk was selling all his stuff off? Because he didn't want to pay the taxes on it. He was like, why do I have to own this stuff when Tesla ain't going nowhere? Tesla gonna keep on growing. But Tesla takes care of him because he's the CEO. The company had to take care of him because he's the controlling member of it. So the president, Elon Musk, needs somewhere to stay. He needs a car to drive. He needs food. He needs clothes. He's still speaking on behalf of Tesla. Wisdom. I'm pretty sure he has a nonprofit that a lot of that money goes to, and I guarantee that somewhere on that nonprofit, he's a board member or somebody that he knows. And they're pretty much the representative for him. He tells them the decisions to make on his behalf. I guarantee it. So I'm just bypassing all that. And I'm just doing a nonprofit. So I don't have a net worth. My net worth is attached to my Heavenly Father, but in this earth, this world, I don't make any money. I don't make no money. I make $0. But I got a place to stay. We got several properties. My vehicles are going to be transferred. I still got some vehicles to transfer, but I haven't transferred them yet because some of them I might sell. One of them I got on the market to sell and everything, but that's yet to be seen or whatever. So, like I said, it's about wisdom. So you tell me I don't have to pay any taxes because I volunteer 100% of my time. I don't need a salary. Just give me somewhere to stay. Give me something to eat. Give me some clothes. a vehicle to drive so I can take care of the business. Everything I do is attached to RLD Inc. So I'm not doing anything illegal. You see what I'm saying? Doing nothing illegal. Nothing illegal, nothing immoral, nothing that goes against the Bible. Wisdom, y'all. Wisdom. I'm not saying that you should do what I'm doing. But I'm saying if you want to, it's benefits to it. Where you can still be the controlling member on the board of the nonprofit. You don't own it. Meaning you, when you die or you decide you don't want to do anything with it, then you can't take all the assets and say, you know what, I want these assets for myself. You can't do that. Now, there are ways you can do it, but we ain't gonna get into all that. You know, you got trust and stuff like that, but you know, I don't need to own it. Give me what I need to do, what I need to do my job. And the crazy thing is, even though I don't own it, I'm the controlling member of it. I created it. It was birthed for me, but I don't technically own it. That's the benefits of a nonprofit business. It's still for profit. You can still make profit, and the profits can be exponential. You can grow so fast because you ain't got to pay those taxes like that. You ain't got to pay those same taxes. So all your income you have coming in, you get to keep for the nonprofit to be able to reinvest and move on. And keep on doing it over and over and over and over again. That's how these nonprofits, they get so big, and plus they have donations coming in. Because these corporations that are for profit, they have to get rid of their money so they ain't got to pay so many taxes. They get rid of it, in a sense, by giving to these different nonprofits. And some of these nonprofits, they be foundations that they set up where they say, okay, we're going to give this much, we're going to give that much. And they already know how much they're going to give to the nonprofit. It's just business. That's just the way it works. So then we come in and we see what we can fit in the system to be able to do these things in righteousness and use it in righteousness. So you're telling me that I can volunteer 100% of my time where I ain't got to pay no taxes. I'm still the controlling member of all the assets of the nonprofit. Somebody might say, well, why are you telling all this? You're putting it out there. Because I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm legit. I'm legit. You know, they can run the books, and we got receipts for everything. We trying to record everything, so they can't say I'm doing anything illegal. I volunteer 100% of my time, just like the American Legion. The people of the American Legion that were the board members, they volunteered their time. Now, they did get a little kickback, but that just depends. They don't have to receive it. I still get to control the assets. I volunteer 100% of my time. And because I'm not taking wages, then what taxes do I owe? And I get to grow it to the mission statement of what RD Inc. is about. Oh yeah, and the tax benefits, which allows me to grow it more and more and more and more. I did the for-profit thing, y'all. So that's power right there. Like I said, I'm not telling you to go start a nonprofit and do what I do. You go do what the Lord has led you to go do. It could be a for-profit business. Maybe it is a nonprofit. But this is where I'm at right now. This is where the Lord has me. Because I can grow what I'm trying to do at a faster rate. And the faster that I can get to a certain position, then the faster I can do some of the things that I've been wanting to do for the benefit of the people. That's power right there. Right now, this is just a lane that I'm in. I'm in this nonprofit lane. There's so many other benefits. You get first dibs on HUD houses. If you have a nonprofit and then you get on a list, the HUD houses, they give you first dibs. If I'm not mistaken, after you do like 5 deals with a HUD, the next one after that, they give you 50% off. That's what I was told. Now, I did see the program on there for nonprofits, and you do get first dibs when you get on that list, and they get to auction out those HUD homes, those foreclosed homes. Nonprofits get first dibs. You get first dibs on surplus stuff, government surplus. All these vehicles the government be having and stuff like that. I can go to the government surplus because I already looked it up, and I know the local one is at. I can buy it, and then if I want to, I can sell it. I've broken no law because I'm using it for the benefit of the nonprofit. As long as I take those funds and I put it back into the nonprofit and use it the way it's supposed to be used, I've done nothing wrong, which is what I do, because I use my card. Everything is recorded. I use the bank account for the nonprofit, so they can't say, "Hey, you use this for that." No, sir. They got a receipt right here. I bought this as a nonprofit. We sold it because I've done nothing illegal. We needed vehicles for the nonprofit to get our members around. We drove for a little bit, and then we end up selling the vehicles. They know this, but y'all don't know it. Y'all don't know. And then guess what? The price I paid for those vehicles and the profit that I made off of it, I don't have to pay taxes on it. I get to write it off. So that's pretty much, you could say, almost 100% profit. And then when I did the research on nonprofits, they were telling me, everybody was saying like nonprofit is it's not even a secret, but people don't use it the way they should use it. And I see why. Now the people that know, they do, but they like their corporations are already so big. It's like, we're not gonna let the corporation go down to start a nonprofit. Okay, we'll just move the money through the nonprofit and put it in these different trusts and everything, so we still own the assets, so we can divvy it up to who we want to. That's power right there, y'all. So that's just me adding power to who I already am. That's me adding power to who I already am. That's even more power for me. In a few years, I may go on to something else, but nonprofit, I think I'm gonna stay in that lane. Because it's just too many benefits with it. Once you see the different benefits, you're like, good Lord. Ooh, I've been missing out. Now, just imagine if I would have did this years ago. If I would have started in this lane, then the nonprofit would have been bigger than what it currently is. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm making with all this is that y'all sitting here complaining about what these folks is paying, they ain't paying enough, this and that, but you sitting there saying that you're a king or a queen. How does that work? How does that work? If you are who you say you are, then you should be able to work that job and have a plan of action. That if you lose that job, you can go get another job, or you can go start your own business, or you can, if we say, you can hustle. But you are choosing. See, the power is in a choice. You're choosing to work that job. You're not forced to work it. If I go work a job, I'm choosing to work it. If they fire me, then I get fired. If I say I quit, then guess what? I quit. I go get another job, or I go start from scratch. That's the difference. Ain't no complaining around here. So the only reason you complain is because you don't have control. You don't have power. And that's saying something. That's saying something. So this is why I promote business. And this is why I started, well, one of the reasons why I started my nonprofit. I just gave y'all the reasons or whatever, but I've always been business minded. Rather it's physical business or spiritual business. That's just me. So I've been trying to help y'all out. For those who have come over from the ministry channel, I've been talking about this. Y'all know. You can even go back to one of my videos on this channel, and you can see I'm talking about independent contractor gigs or jobs, however you want to put it. Not really jobs, but when you're an independent contractor, you take on a contract, it's technically a job that you're doing. You're providing a service. But you're not taxed, and you're not technically a employee of the corporation. You have a contract agreement with them to provide these services in exchange for monetary value. So, yeah, I know some of you, when I used to talk about business real heavy back in the day, you actually went out and started your own business. You contacted me and you really got on it. And I see that you're thriving and you see the benefits of it. You know, the time that you get, the time you have more time with your family if you know how to manage and budget your time. See, we think about budgeting. We think that budgeting just deals with money. No, you got to budget your time too, because if time is valuable, you take time to make money. So which is more valuable, the money or the time? Because it takes time to make money. But if you don't put the time into making money because you're not budgeting, then it won't come. If you don't take the time to bring forth spiritual riches, then you won't have no spiritual riches. So the time is more valuable than the actual money. So the money allows you to be able to utilize and budget your time more. Oh, we're getting deep with it now. The money allows you to be able to utilize your time even more, because you take your time, you invest it to get money. You then take that money and you reinvest it back to get more time. So it's a full circle. Boom, 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 going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're feeding off each other. That's the way it's supposed to be. I want to say it one more time. You take your time, you invest it in whatever you're investing it in, right? That brings forth money, resources. You take that and you reinvest in other stuff that gives you what? More time. Now, technically, it doesn't give you more time, but it does. You know what I'm saying? Now you have more time because you have taken these resources, you put it here, put it there. You're budgeting your time more so you can decide, okay, I'm going to spend this time here, that time here. Okay, I'm investing this, investing that, or whatever. Oh, I got more time to spend with my family because you got all your resources over here. They're working for you. The resources and the money is working for you, not you working for the resources and money. So we go to accumulate the resources. People, I say this, I'm not looking to get wealth or get rich. I'm already wealthy. I'm already rich. I'm looking to get resources. I'm looking to get more tools. So the hammer in my hand is going to do what I tell it to do. I'm not in the hand of the hammer. The resources in my hand is going to do what I tell it to do. I'm not in the hand of the resources. The money in my hand is going to do what I tell it to do. I'm not in the hand of the money. You see what I'm saying? So now the resources, the money, the tools, they're going to work for me in the way that I want them to work, not how they want me to work. And that's what happens. Y'all end up giving your life, your power, your spirit to these different things, and they rise up above you. So money ends up becoming this moving entity. It becomes even more powerful than you, but you're serving the money. So now your whole life, your spirit is in the money, in this idol, this living creature that you birth. And you're a slave to your own hell. And this is where most people are at in their lives and in their mind. So, but I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Give y'all some things to think about. This is one of many reasons why I started a nonprofit. And y'all see we have changed the name from Top K to RLD Inc. Well, no, RLD TV, because it's business. It's business. It's business. Even with the clothing line, all that. This falls under RLD Inc. Wisdom, y'all. Wisdom. I do want to close this. Once you have that wisdom and you're putting it into action, people will see that and they want to be a part of it. And they'll come to you, they'll contact you. They may give financially, or they may want the wisdom that you have. Y'all know I give the game for free. I don't charge. I get on here. I'm on here 40 minutes now, right now, talking. I ain't charged not one person. I ain't charged nobody. I ain't charged nobody. It's free now. If you you decide you want to give from your heart or whatnot, then you can do it. And y'all notice that maybe I haven't done it right now when this video drops, but I'm not even going to be taking any donations anymore unless a person just wants to stay in focus for Jesus Ministries. All donations are going to run through RLD Inc. Staying focused for Jesus Ministries is staying focused for Jesus Ministries. That's not 501c3. Even though, according to the law, I would still be 501c3 because I have a congregation. I have members. You don't have to go file this. I gotta say this. People think that you have to. This is how the church building, they're wicked. You don't have to go file the paperwork to technically be 501c3. When the government looks, according to what the government says, when they look at Stand Focus for Jesus Ministries, they look at these different ministries, the government considers them 501c3 according to their laws. Okay, you have a pastor, you have a structure and everything. I got all that. I have members. So according to the government would consider me 501c3. Just because I don't consider myself 501c3 doesn't mean that they don't. Now, on paper, in regards to, okay, in the system and everything, it's not like that. But if I got into a bind, whatever, the government, I can say, I fall under this category according to y'all law. So I've done nothing wrong. And then, okay, yeah, it's right here. Yep, oh, yep, yep. You gonna tell me I'm not a pastor when I've been preaching for over 5 years and I can show you the people's lives I touched? According to their own laws. So putting you up on game also. Now, people get the 501c3 tax exempt status. And then, that's where you run into the issue. Now, because it's on paper, I'm not doing that. But RLD Inc., I just explained it. This is a nonprofit business. It's a corporation. So it's on paper. But it has nothing to do with religion. RLD Inc. has nothing to do with religion. You get what I'm saying, right? Even though it's still me, because I created it. So I have to stay true to the mission statement. But the mission statement is based off of who I am inwardly. If you get what I'm saying. You got, you got to know how to play those words. So that's why, I'm like, okay, I don't want to take donations over it because I don't really need the donations for that anymore. I need the donations for what we're doing now. And now, guess what? If you're donating to RLD Inc., you can write off on your taxes because it's on paper legally. We are legally incorporated, however you want to say it, with the state of Arkansas. So now that we're talking about investing, and you invested, let's say, $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 or even $10,000 or whatever you invest. Let's say you came to me and say, hey, I want to invest in the next project, which I do have that. If you want to invest, you want to get with me, we can set something up because we got investors now on this first project. You come to me, you say you want to invest. Now, because we are legally a nonprofit on paper, when you go to do your taxes or when you get your dividend, your return on the investment, hey, I donated here. I donated to RLD Inc. This was a donation I gave. So now you end up owing less taxes on your taxes. The less taxes you got to pay, then the more money you keep in your pocket. The more money you keep in your pocket, then the more you can help other people. You got to understand how I go, y'all. So don't get confused by what I'm saying. Like, just come ask me. If you got a question about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, that you don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, then come ask me. I will explain it to you. Staying focused for Jesus is still staying focused for Jesus. We still doing that. It will never be 501c3 on paper. That will never be tax exempt. But RLD Inc., oh yeah, all the way. But it's still me, if you understand what I'm saying. It's still me. Meaning that what I believe is what I believe. That's not going to change. Just like any other corporation. What I believe is what I believe. I'm providing affordable housing. What's that based off of? Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Many people want to get houses. They can't get these houses because they can't afford them. So somebody has to do it. And the government even says it like, hey, we need more affordable houses. Most people need more affordable houses than they need these mega mansions. Because the average person ain't looking to get these mega mansions. These folk get these mega mansions because they're assets. And they use them. They may go build a house because they have to put their money somewhere. And then they can say, okay, I can put my money over here, build this house up, and then borrow against it. And then use that money for something else? Oh, yeah. We'll do that or whatever. That's why a lot of times they buy these cars and these Lamborghinis and stuff like that. They'll lease them because they can write it off. They'll buy it because they can write it off. Or they'll finance it because they can write it off. I think you get more benefits when you finance it because you allow the other people to make money off of it. They understand how the game goes. And then, okay, I'm leasing it. Well, I'm not saying leasing, but I'm financing it. Now I can write these payments off because this is a business expense. So now they pay less and less taxes. But as a nonprofit, if I own these assets, or I'm paying these assets, okay, I made a payment here on this car, that car. It's a write-off. We're a nonprofit. So when the vehicles get paid off, and then we turn around, we sell them, or we raffle them off, then that's straight profit going to the nonprofit, not the Kelson King. Going to RLD Inc. with all the records in their bank accounts showing that. And if the nonprofit does decide to give me something, it's going to be, we're giving you this so you can do whatever. You know, but the nonprofit can pay for vacations, it can pay for this, it can pay for that, because we're entertaining people. We got to entertain people because we're trying to draw investors to invest in our mission statement. So hey, we may go to a restaurant, we may go here, we may go on this trip, but it's not really a vacation, it's a business trip. Or even if we do pay for a vacation, the nonprofit is paying for a vacation for the members because the members volunteer 100% of their time, and we want to do this for them because they are volunteering 100% of their time. You see what I'm saying? So then the more that we have, then the more we can give. Now when you start getting to talking about raffles and fundraisers, everything is legit. People are here making I watch them. I watch. Y'all know I watch. I learn, I take notes. The Bible says to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. There's a guy out here on YouTube. He has over 600,000 subscribers. His channel is dedicated to cars. All he did was cars. He probably makes over $1 million a year on car content. Now he's built a channel up from scratch. His credit is where it needs to be. He can pretty much buy any car he wants to, and he's gonna keep on elevating himself. He's starting to get some other business ventures and everything, but he has a business model. And people are gonna say, they're gonna see me do it eventually. They're gonna say, you stole it from him. I didn't steal it from him. Just because he did it first, don't mean that other people wasn't doing it. There were people doing it before him, and I already had these ideas. I just wasn't in a position to be able to do it. I'm still not in a position to be able to do it. But he'll buy a car, and some of these cars are $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 vehicles. He'll make YouTube content off of it, right? So he's gonna get a YouTube check. Then, at a particular point in time, he'll run a raffle on the car. Now, if a vehicle is $100,000, I did the math. I think it was on 100,000. We're gonna just guesstimate. The vehicle is $100,000. He wants to make double because he said to himself, he said sometimes he'll make double or triple off of a vehicle. So we're gonna go with double. Obviously, double would be $200,000. So you get your $100,000 back and you make $100,000. He sells tickets at $25 a piece. I did the math last night, and I think he needs about to sell about 8,000 give or take tickets. He has over 600,000 subscribers. 8,000 tickets is a fraction of the subscribers that he has. He averages about, we're gonna say, 50 to 60,000 views every video. People say, "Well, why are you watching this man like that?" Well, because I like I like the content. I like cars. I like cars. I like the dude in regards to his story, because his story is similar to mine. He was locked up, did time, and then now he's turned his life around to at least be doing something that is keeping him out of jail. I was locked up, did my time, I went my route. Now I am who I am today. So I like that about him. Certain things, obviously, I don't like, but hey, there's things that people don't like about me. Pretty smart, right? But he has a business mindset. He has a hustle mindset. And he said I can lose all this. I don't care. I get it back. And that's the truth. That's the way it goes. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing, but mine's gonna be run through my nonprofit. So everything that I do is gonna be nonprofit based, where we can legally do these different things. Now, there are some technicalities when you're doing raffles and everything, whatever, blase, blase, but we're doing fundraisers. And if we run into the issue of using certain words like raffle, we're still a nonprofit. All these funds that we're going to get from these vehicles that we're going to be raffling off eventually is going to the nonprofit as a fundraiser, raffle, or whatever. So I watch these people because they know what they're doing. And if I'm able to take some of these ideas and implement them into my own business structure with RLD Inc., that's going to benefit the people in the long run, then why are you hating on me? I'm trying to help a lot of y'all. Y'all should be praying for my success, because God knows if you are legit or not. And if God leads me into your life to help you, then he's going to move my heart to help you because he sees your prayer. But if he sees you hating on me, when you know I ain't did you no wrong, then why would he send me to your path, or why would he send anybody to your path, your life, to help you out when you're in need? I'm just saying. So don't pray for my downfall, because it's gonna end up coming back on you. You see where we already at in a year and a half. We're not even 2 years in. We got 3 properties, and we started from nothing. 3 pieces of, we're gonna say, real estate, and we started from nothing. Write the plan, write the plan, write the vision, make it plain so the people can run. That's what I did. I got in the dirt, tilling the ground myself, and then others came. Hey, what you got going on? We want to help you. And now we taking off. And we're gonna keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. So I'm not telling you to set up a nonprofit. That's up to you. You go do what the Lord has called you to do, because we all in different lanes, but hopefully we're going to the same direction. A highway, you can have a 4-lane highway. Y'all can all be going to the same direction, going to the same destination. But others they're going to get off. So some people are going to be going on the same highway you're going, but they're going to get off early. So we can all be in different vehicles and still be going to the same destination on the same highway. That's up to you. But yeah, I'm 54 minutes in. I said it wasn't gonna be too long, but I mean, you just speak what's on your heart. Speak what's on your heart, because you don't never know who's listening and how these words may help them or hopefully influence them in a righteous way. We say in a positive way, but positive doesn't mean righteous. Positivity doesn't equal righteousness. That's a good post right there. I think I'm gonna make a shirt that has righteousness and positivity, and then the righteousness is greater. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Y'all have a blessed day. We out. This has been RLD TV.